taking the victory lap here with our boy Big T. Massive takedown PGA last night. Shipped the Millie.
The Twins got the job done for our boy Hoop. Won him $100K, won him a live final seat.
JSU shipped $200K on, I think, just $1,000 worth of entries. He had a monster night.
Anytime we see members crush like this, we're excited.
Last night, one of our most loyal subscribers from the beginning, Jay Love, took down $20K.
I want to give a shout out to Redmen, who won over $50,000 on opening day.
Blind Bandit took down the $100,000 top prize.
We had someone win a live final seat.
It was one of those days where it's like going 5x or 10x on your money. It wasn't enough to get enough love in the Discord.
Record 62 took down the Millie Maker.
I don't even know if this heater is ever going to end.
Some of these other sites are just boring you to death.
I like how other sites nickel and dime you for every penny they can get.
Tons of the members have given tickets and membership on their own. Like, we're not telling them to do that. They're just doing it for good mojo.
You love to see it. We love the good mojo. And
the mojo is what the mojo is.
I give you credit for still having that hat on. We appreciate it.
Wait till we ship tonight. I might never take it off.
What is going on, everyone? AP over here at Rumpier Sports, bringing to you once again the Strokes Gain Show. I'm here with my two main guys. We got Snyder, we got Hoop. Snyder, I'm going to start with you. We were golfing yesterday. You were hitting some absolute bombs. Really impressed with your game. We didn't get it done golfing. We definitely got it done drinking. It was a good time at that event we had. But talk to me about your week last week. How'd you end up doing?
Yeah, it was fun yesterday golfing there at Firethorns. Good time. Last week was interesting for me. I mean, I made the horrendous fade of Bryson last week. Definitely cost me there. It was a bad play. It was easily the best play on the board. I just didn't want to make it. And the rest of my guys actually did really well. So I ended up losing about 65% of my main slate. But round 2 Showdown and round 3 Showdown were actually really good for me. I played Bryson round 2 Showdown when he shot the 60. And then round 2, I was on some of the guys. So I ended up telling you Monday, I forgot that I had some money on Cantlay to win. So I ended up right around break even or up a little bit. So it wasn't terrible, but it should have been much better if I would have played Bryson like I knew I should have.
Yeah, it was. I'm glad you mentioned Showdown because that's where I did most of my damage this week. I made money on, the normal 4-day or whatever you call it. But I mean, I think I made not even a double up, in my MMEs, which it's fine, but Showdown was money. Like the day Bryson shot 60, I think I won like 5K. At final day, I think I won 3,500 or something. I mean, I'm never going to complain doing that. Hoop, how was your week last week? I know we were both on some of those guys. Did you have any big wins?
I mean, I was going into Sunday in the 4K Millie. I mean, I was sitting in about 15th place. I had Bryson, Cantlay, and Rory. Just needed one of my, I think I had Taylor Gooch on that team. Someone else just needed someone to make a push, and no one really did. So, finished, 20th, but, 20th in that top heavy Millie Maker is basically a loss at a couple other teams. So, I was on the right guys. I mean, nearly locked in Bryson, had a bunch of Cantlay, a bunch of Rom, made a little bit, but could have been a monster week, but, fell a little short, but, we march on here at the event, which, for DFS purposes, I'll be quite honest, I think it freaking sucks. The starting position thing is not great for DFS, only 30 guys, probably 29. I don't know if I'm assuming Patrick Reed's out. it's a good week to play for fun. I don't think this is a week where you want to go bonkers with your bankroll. Use this week as entertainment purposes, because I don't think I really don't think there's a massive edge in this sort of event, but we'll dig and see what we can find here. But the format kind of stinks as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. That's something I'm going to do. I'm going to dial it back. I'm going to go 50 builds max, and I'm going to take some bold stands. I'm probably going to go like 70% on at least 2 or 3 guys, and then mix and match with the other 3. So it's kind of what you got to do. I like that 70-30 route. I've already been thinking about this. Like, if I lock 3 guys in at 70% to 75%, and then, I put a floor of like 15% for any one of my golfers, I'm going to take a lot of stands there, hopefully get the right combinations. And seems like the key to this week. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps us keep this free for each and all of you each and every week. We got a promo going on right now. RPS NFL 15. It's going to get you 15% off your monthly price for life. Again, that is RPS NFL 15. We're less than 10 days away from NFL. This promo is going to go away. We're going to have other promos. We almost always do, but none are going to be as good as this one. Get in, sign up. Everyone is heating up at the right time. I mean, it's, I sent a tweet out, and I was getting some crap for it because, when I reread it, because I was kind of hungover that morning and it was early, and, I was just like, I cash every single slate. No, I don't cash every single slate, but it is fun when you have those days. It's like a weekend, and there's a lot of different sports going on. Soccer, you got golf, Showdown, you got baseball, and just to like cash all of them, like on that, one day, it's a good time. You're feeling good, and that's what happened. And I just feel like the whole team is running super hot right now. Hoop just dominating the FanDuel streets. You just love to see it. So speaking of that, we had members last week that absolutely took it down. My good buddy, Jeremy Kahn, J Love in the DFS streets, took down 25K on FanDuel. We also had another big winner, BBQ winner. Love the name. Anything with winner in it, going to absolutely love that. 115K. Huge congrats. And honestly, to go down, we had a bunch of other winners as well. It would take some time to get through all of them. And then this week, honestly, I think what Hoop said, it's important. Dial back the bankroll a little bit, have some fun with this week, kind of celebrate golf being done for a brief period of time. Swing season is just around the corner, and we got NFL coming up. So again, use that code if you haven't, if you're not a member, RPS NFL 15. All right, Snyder, let me kick it back to you. Tour Championship, East Lake. Talk to us a little bit about the course, and then the format. A little bit different this week, obviously, with Cantlay starting 10 strokes ahead of Patrick Reed. So give us a little overview of the course and format this week.
East Lake's a par 70. It's going to span about 7,300 yards. It's going to play tougher than that birdie fest we saw last week, as the winning score has generally been in that -11 to -13 range. Players will see about 74 bunkers here. 5 water hazards will be on play on 4 holes. The rough's going to be at around 2.5 inches tall, with the greens rolling around 12 on the stent meter. There'll be 5 par 4s in that 450 to 500 range, and 3 of the 4 par 3s will play over 200 yards. Strokes gained off the tee and around the green are 2 of the main stats I'll be looking at this week, as 9 of the top 9 gained off the tee last year. 4 of the 5 top guys gained around the green, and 3 of the 4 top golfers last year actually lost strokes in approach. In 2019, we saw 6 of the top 8 golfers gain off the tee, and 10 of the top 11 golfers gained around the green as well. So I'll be looking at those 2 mainly, I think, this week. I'll mix in that par 4, 450 to 500, like I always like to when we see this many of those type of holes. For the way this event's going to go down, like you were talking, there's going to be guys starting with stroke advantages here, 10, 8, and it's going to go all the way down. It's kind of going to be like that final round showdown, how we see they give those bonus placement points, which I'm not a big fan of that final round. So it's going to play kind of like that. But you'll look at guys like Xander last year. He started at 3 under. He ended up scoring 106 DraftKings points, which was one back of the winner, and he started at -3. So I think there's a lot of different ways you can attack this. I mean, I think I'm going to look more towards, there's a couple guys I like that are in that medium value range that I really like. I'll be going overweight on those guys, but I'll talk more about that as we get to those golfers. But I think that's how it's going to be lining up. I will play much lighter this week, like you guys were saying too. We got college football coming Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We got NFL coming next week. I mean, no reason to blow your brains out here.
Speaking of college football, can they stop putting Nebraska on these nationally televised games? What a fucking embarrassment. Oh my gosh. I'm just, I got my Chiefs stuff on today, always do, but it's getting very, very embarrassing here. And look, like my Twitter, like some of the people I follow, I'm not like the biggest, Nebraska guy, but some of these people, I'm just like, gosh, you guys just like, we suck. You got to accept it. But anyways, with that in mind, I mean, college football, I think that's another thing you guys all smashed. I saw a ton of members up there, Tony, BigT up there, Bruce, shout out to Bruce, heads up the college football stuff. Snyder helps out with college football. Susie's in there, all around very comprehensive team, things you love to see. All right, let's get into the golf. Let's go 10K and up like we always do. I know it's a little bit different. We got Cantlay up there at 13.4. But Hoop, let me kick it over to you. 10K and up. What are you doing this week?
Yeah, so I mean, 10K and up, we have a lot of golfers. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 golfers, 10K and above, and with varying starting scores. So we got Cantlay, who's going to start. Let me pull this up. I got it here. So Cantlay starting at 10 under, Finau at 8, Bryson 7. Rahm 6, Cam Smith 5, and then the other guys I'm assuming are like 4 under. You see a bigger price tag obviously for a guy like Cantlay starting at 10 under, 13.4. But he has a pretty damn big advantage. And you look at it, the odds of him finishing outside of the top 5 are probably pretty low. I mean, I don't know the exact numbers on this, but I'd assume he's pretty safe here to finish top 5, assuming he doesn't just fully melt down. I think it's risky to fade him in this format. So, and like Snyder said, the course fits him pretty damn well too. So I'll be on Cantlay. Jon Rahm, talk about every week on the show. I just think he is the best golfer in the world, and I think he's kind of in a tier of his own. He kind of fizzled a little bit round 3 and round 4, but still finished T9. And I mean, the results just continue to be super impressive for Jon Rahm. I mean, there's not going to be, obviously the swing season's coming up. He won't be playing much, but, we've been playing him basically every week. I see no reason to go away from him here. Bryson's interesting at 12-3 in a no-cut event. The game, I know that Snyder, not a big Bryson fan. And Snyder, by the way, you want to shit on Bryson, have at it, but not after the dude goes 12 freaking under, taking a shot on the little putt. Just poor timing. That
was
poor timing. Like I'm all for taking your back over Big T, but man, you gotta pick your spots a little bit better than that. But I'm going to be, no cut event here. The game is looking much more solid. The fact that he didn't finish last week, does that affect him this week? I don't know. But he's going to be right in the hunt. He's going to be playing very aggressive, knowing that he's playing from behind. I like him at 12-3. And then Tony Finau is starting at 8 under, second place this week. A little bit of a price discount compared to Bryson and Rahm. I think I'm going to be on him too. And then it's going to be kind of a lot of fades for me up here. I think I'm going to fade Justin Thomas. DJ, I've been fading basically every single week. It's worked out. He did play well last week, more so like round 4. I think he had a really good round 4. Spieth, game does not look right. I think he's ready for a little break. And then Cam Smith, not going to play him at 10-1. So really in this range, I'm going to be more focused on the guys at the top and then most likely fading a lot of these guys at the bottom.
Yeah, very good. I agree with a lot of that. Snyder, kick it over to you, 10K and up. What are you doing in this range?
Yeah, I think Cantley sets up really well here with how his game plays. Last week was crazy for him. He gained 14.6 strokes putting, which was the highest ever in that shot link era. I mean, that was just absolutely crazy what he was doing, pouring those putts in from all over the place. But I mean, I think his play sets up well for it. I'm not sure if I haven't tried to build anything yet, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to build with both Cantley and Rahm, but I definitely want to play Rahm. He didn't have his best stuff last week at all. He lost strokes approach around the green, but was solid off the tee and he putted well. He still finished ninth with what I think was probably like his B- game, what they looked like. He'll be looking to bounce back this week. I mean, it's kind of crazy saying he's going to be bouncing back off a ninth place finish, but I think that's kind of what his mindset is here. I mean, off the tee has been a key stat for him. He hasn't lost strokes off the tee since August of 2019. So I like that with him. He finished fourth here last year, and I like his chances to win here this week for sure. Finau's a guy, I think he's just priced too high here. So, I mean, he's off that win a couple weeks ago, but he played all right last week, going 15th. Probably be off him. I mean, Justin Thomas, he just continues to fight that putter every week, it seems like. He lost 2 strokes putting last week. I mean, he's gained off the tee in his last 6 events, which is good. I mean, if he can just get that putter to start rolling, I mean, he's got a chance here. He's got good course history here. DJ, haven't been on him. He won here last year, but I don't think I'll be on him. I don't think I'll be on Spieth either. Cam Smith, his off the tee game really worries me here, so I'll be off of him. So I think it's just mainly it's probably going to be like Cantley and Rahm for me here if I can fit both of those guys, because there's some guys a little bit down, a little past this 10K range that I really like in that 9K range.
Yeah, you definitely have to make a decision between Cantley and Rahm. John Rahm, 13,000, Cantley, 13,400. I think just the price discrepancy there and how high the prices are, it's going to lower Cantley's ownership quite a bit. I think he could definitely be the guy that's loaned here. I love this course for him. I know when he's been here in the past, his results have been, average or so. But with what we saw last week, tee to green, his game was just phenomenal. I mean, next to the circus that was, Bryson bombing it everywhere, Cantley held his own. He got it done. And he comes in with the lead. And this is a guy that stuck to his game plan, while at a disadvantage against Bryson, who was hitting fairways, driving at 350 yards, massive advantage, and he got it done. So I really like Cantley. Rahm, I personally think like the heat kind of got to him. So, and I heard that course was a tough one to walk. I mean, just, bigger guy, like, I know it would have gotten to me too. So I'm not going to discount, I'm not going to, bash Rahm or anything. I think he's definitely in play. I think between the two, he's going to be much more popular than Cantley. And so for me, having fun this week, trying to get leverage, I'm probably going to side with Cantley between the two, is what I'm thinking. The other thing too, when I look at this course, I don't know if it's a Bryson course. Last week was textbook Bryson course. We talked about it coming in. Everything I'm seeing this week, precision is much more in play. You can't necessarily bomb it and gouge it. Could be wrong. I mean, Bryson was very accurate off the tee too, with that distance. So I'm torn on what to do with him. Torn on what to do with Finau. Justin Thomas, like really, really, really good course history here. I think that's going to increase his ownership. He's just been bad. Can't make any putts to save his life. I hate to say it, but I think he's kind of an easy fade. I thought Dustin Johnson looked really good. So like I don't know how much DJ I'll have, but between him and Justin Thomas, DJ looked really good on that final day. So I'd much rather play him. I'm not going to play Spieth. I'm not going to play Cam Smith. So for me, it's Cantley. I like Rahm, but I got to figure out, I got to run the opto. I got to see where he lands. And then it's DJ. That's, and then Rahm, but I think I might take some kind of hard stands up there, and I want to go all in on the guy that I think is going to win. Because like when I'm rooting for the week, I don't want to have to like try to calculate anything. I want to, okay, if Cantley is my guy, he's my guy. He's who I want to root for all week. that's kind of my thoughts on it. So honestly, I'm going to say Cantlay 1, and I'm going to say DJ 2 for my 1 and 2 in this range. Snyder, what about you, 1 and 2?
I'm going to go Rom 1 and probably Cantlay 2. I do have to give Bryson some props. So, I mean, that iron shot he hit after hitting his tee shot in the water right there in that playoff, I mean, that shot took stones. I mean,
Snyder,
that was a great shot.
I'm golfing with Snyder all day yesterday. He's talking so much shit about Bryson. No, I'm just kidding. I think you actually said that to me yesterday too.
I mean,
about that shot.
That was a good shot. I mean, that shot took stones. I mean, his back was up against the wall there. He knew he had to put that close. And what do you put that, like 3-4 foot or something?
Yeah, very impressive. Hoop, you're 1 and 2, and then take us into the. Let me look because it's a little bit different. Let's go 8K. Yeah,
there's only like 6 dudes between 10 and 8, so 9 and 8K range, I guess, right?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I think that's fine.
1 is going to be Rom. I think he bounces back here and wins, and then 2, I'm going to be on Cantlay as well. In this next range, I guess, I mean, there's only we could 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's like 10 golfers between 9K and 7K. So I guess I'll just kind of cover this range here.
That works.
At the top is Answer at 9.6, and he's been playing some phenomenal golf. I didn't play him last week. I think I'm going to continue to fade him. It is scary because he has been playing really well. I mean, the reason I'm fading him though is because I have a couple guys below him that I really like. Got back on Rory last week. I talked so much shit about him. The price was right after kind of analyzing everything, got on him. And, he kind of rewarded me for the first time in a while. I think this format and this setup and where he sits right now is like the perfect setup for Rory. No pressure on him. He's in the – what is he starting? Like 2 under, I think. He's starting 2 under. He's 8 off the lead. I think he comes out and plays super aggressive, racks up the birdies here. Probably my favorite play in the field. I also like Xander quite a bit at 8-9. Again, I think this is a great format for him. He's pretty far back. He's also 2 under. I just think these guys are in the perfect spot here to go out and play super aggressive. And that's what you want in these no-cut events. Guys are going to go out there searching for birdies. And Rory's going to be doing that. And Xander's going to be doing that. So I'm going to be very high on these 2 guys. Harrison English, love Harrison English, love his game. But you have to take stands. What a lot of people will honestly do this week when building MME teams, they're just going to play almost everyone. And they're not going to make any cuts because you can do that. But you have to make cuts. I love Harris English. I think I'm going to have to cut him just because of the other guys that I like in this range. Sam Burns, been playing great golf. The story's great around him, and he is actually starting a little higher up, 4 under. And I don't know, like last year I can remember playing this event, and I think I kind of overanalyzed like the starting spots. I don't think it's all that important. I mean, it is important when you got the guy looking at the guys at the top, but the guys that are so far back that they're not likely to win, I don't know if it really matters. And is Sam Burns going to make up 6 strokes on Cantlay? I just don't think so. And make up 4 strokes on, Tony Finau and, 3 on, I don't know. So I'll be off Burns. Morikawa, we have not been playing him. And, his game is just not right to me. So I'm gonna fade him. Hovland at 8K. I do have interest in Hovland, another guy that I know will come out super aggressive here. He's going to be firing at these pins, going for birdies. That's exactly what you want. We got Brooksy at 7-8. We can put him in the same category as well. Louis, I'll probably fade, and then Sung Jae did play well last week, and he's one of my last cuts. I was kicking myself. He's like the last guy I cut out of my player pool, and I probably would have made the difference because he had a really good week last week. But this week, I'm going to fade him. So really like some of these guys, though. I mean, like I said, Rory, Xander, Hovland, Brooks, probably my favorite here.
Yeah. I was just thinking too, though. I mean, I get the taking stance, 30-man field. One thing you could do is you could basically make it so that either Cantlay or Rahm is in every single lineup, no matter what. Take a bunch of stands on, say, like, that upper range that we just talked about, and then you mix and match these guys. That might be an interesting route that I look at. Snyder, What are you doing with this range that's upper 9K all the way to 7K?
Yeah, I want to continue to back Abe here. And he's had a hot putter going here recently. He gained nearly 7 strokes last week. He didn't even play well on Sunday. He shot 71 after 3 solid days, had him right near the top of the leaderboard. He had to settle for a 9th place finish. Still like him. I'm definitely with Hoop here and Rory. I love Rory this week. He's easily my favorite play of the week. I think he fits the bill like Hoop was saying here. I mean, he's been great off the tee, and that putter is finally back and heating up. He gained 4.6 strokes last week and 3.4 the week before. So I love to see that putter coming back. His track record here is just absolutely great. 8th, 1st, 7th, and 1st in his last 4 appearances. He's averaging 3.6 strokes gained off the tee in his last 7 starts here. I think he's really good up value here. He's 10th. He's the 10th most expensive guy. Back in 2019, he started. Where did he shoot? I had it right here. He started at 5 under, so he started 5 shots back and ended up winning this event from a 5-shot deficit. So I know he's got the game to make that up. And you know how he usually starts out bad on this first round. He shoots 1 or 2 over. I mean, he can just pretend his first round's over and he's 5 back already or whatever he's back, and he's got 4 rounds to make up that lead now instead of 3, I think. Alexander, he's right there too. I love him. He hasn't really been playing that good outside of the Olympics, but I really think this is a great bounce back spot for him. A small field event like he really likes. His course history here is really good as well. He's went 2nd, 7th, and 1st in his 4 trips here. I think he's found something he likes in these greens too, because he's gained on these greens in every event here. He was priced at 8.9 here last year. Ended up scoring 106 DraftKings points, which was 1 point behind the winner that week. Harris English, I'm not sure if I'm going to get to him. I think he's kind of cooled off since that four event stretch he had where he had 2 top 5s. Sammy Burns, he's playing really good, consistent golf. 2nd, 21st, and 8th last week at the BMW. He makes good birdies. I mean, he's playing for that Ryder Cup team too. If he has a good showing here, I mean, it'd be pretty hard for Stricker not to let him in if he somehow posts like a top 10 or top 5 here. So he's got that going. Morikawa, he's just not playing good enough golf right now. He's been hitting his irons like a donkey the last couple of weeks. He's been bad off the tee too. I mean, it's the first time he's lost off the tee since January. So I'm not going to say he's injured or anything. I'm not going to use that for an excuse or something, but something's wrong with his game. It's obvious there. He's just not playing good. He's definitely been playing like a donkey these past couple of weeks, and I can't go there this week. Hovland, he's been great off the tee. He's gaining 2.5 strokes on average over his last 50 events. So, and that off the tee stat I'm really looking at. I like Hovland for there. He's made 20 birdies in back-to-back weeks now too. So he's definitely got that scoring upside that I'm looking for. Brooks, he's kind of an interesting play here. I'm not sure what to do with him. The past couple of events, it doesn't look like he's gave 100% when he's not in contention. The putter's kind of been off too. I think it really depends on how he starts out these first 2 days. If he can fire a couple solid rounds these first 2 days and get back into the mix, I could see him turning it on, or else we could just see what he's been doing the last couple of events and finish somewhere in that mid-20s. Sung Jae, his game is definitely trending upward. He's went 46th, 24th, 16th, and then 3rd last week. The putter's been trending upward as well over the last 4 events. And I think he's a solid target in this price range as well. And that's about it for me in this range.
Yeah. For me, I really like some of these guys down in this range. I mean, man, 10-stroke lead, you think that's a lot, but yeah, $15 million on the line. It's a lot of pressure even for these guys up top there. So we definitely want to be chasing. And, starting with Rory, he looked phenomenal down the stretch there at the BMW. Absolutely love him. I agree with both you guys. All 3 of us locked arm in arm on Rory. You got to love to see that answer. I'm okay with him, but I prefer Rory. Got to make some cuts somewhere. So we'll see if Answer can get in there. Xander, I haven't been playing him, so I'm probably going to fade him. When I look at that course history there, like, pretty tough fade, but I think that's going to pump up ownership. And I think I'd rather get some shares of maybe Harris English or Sam Burns. Sammy Burns has looked incredible, been a great birdie maker. Like both of you said, he's a top 10 golfer in the world for sure. Maybe top 5 next year. I mean, we'll see. I think he's super, super good. I think he's going to win a lot more golf tournaments too. So, and then we get your boy Colin Morikawa, Snyder. All right. I think as a tournament player, as a week where I want to have some fun, where I'm not going to, if I get scooped on every single build, I'm not going to care at all. I think this is one of the greater tournament plays that we'll have all year. He's going to be very, very low owned. No one's going to play him. Everyone thinks he's hurt. 8,300, a perfect course fit for him. A ball striker's course where precision matters, where finding fairways matters. Honestly, when you look at like last week's course, it was a bomb and gouge type course. That's not a good course fit for a guy like Colin Morikawa. You need precision. You need clubbing down off a tee, a second shot type course. That's where Morikawa thrives. If he's not hurt, I think he crushes this week. So I'm going to be very heavily invested on him. I could be way wrong. I could get dusted. I know it. I'm going to admit that, but I'm going to have him probably in about 70% of my lineups this week. And going down, I have no problems with. I'm not playing Hovland. I don't really play him that much. I haven't been. I just like giving Jared our the RPS Hovland boy, Jared in chat. I like giving him shit, and he always hates that I make fun of Hovland. I don't know. I mean, he's a good player. He's been really average of late. Got Brooks. Honestly, like I don't know. I don't know if it's. I don't think Brooks's head's in it. Like I'm probably gonna end up fading him too. I think he's just all about having a good time right now. I mean, I think he's all about giving Bryson shit. I'm kind of worried about the Ryder Cup too. Like this team for the US is solid outside of like this whole everything that's going on. And so I don't know what to think about all of that, but the U.S. is going to be heavy favorites, but I don't feel comfortable about them at all. Louis, I'm okay with him. Sung Jae, when we get down to this range, I'm gonna discount them in the opto. I don't want to full fade someone down in this range just in case they make some of the builds. I want to make sure I'm more confident on the guys I'm going overweight on. So I'm going to be a little bit, liberal, if you want to say, with my cuts. I'm not necessarily just going to randomly cut a guy. I'm going to more so focus on my weights and my ownership. So in this range, my 1 and 2 covering this massive, massive range, I got to say Rory is my one, even though, I that whole speech on Colin Morikawa, Rory's right there. He could be another one of those guys I go 70% on. And then I'm going to say Morikawa at number 2 in tournaments, getting leverage. I think he's a phenomenal play. Hoop, what were your 1 and 2 in this range?
Definitely Rory, number 1. And then number 2, I think is going to be Hovland. I really like him at 8K.
Yeah, like that. Snyder, 1 and 2. And then take us down to the 6K range.
Yeah, I definitely like Rory number 1 as well. I like Hovland as well, but I think I'm going to go Abe Answer as my number 2 guy. I'm not sure where he's going to come at ownership-wise. Hopefully a little lower, but that's where I'm going to go. And then you're coming down to this low K range. Are we going to do the rest of the golfers then? Correct?
Yeah, just all everyone that's left.
Scotty Scheffler, he's right there, 6.8. He's definitely got the high birdie upside. Definitely be looking to target him here. He played really well here. I think it was last year. He started way low and shot like 13 under, I think, or something to get back in the mix. Kokrak, he played much better last week, coming off those 2 missed cuts. He finished 15th last week, gained strokes approach for the first time in 4 events. He finished 14th here in 2019. He's a guy to consider down here, I think. Kevin Na, I've been playing him recently. He's been playing some really great golf as of late, too. I'll be looking at him, but he hasn't really played the best here. I mean, that kind of worries me. He's finished near the bottom in his last 3 trips here. He's lost strokes off the tee in all 5 starts here. The short game hasn't been great for him here as well. I mean, that'll be interesting. I'll have to look more into that. Berger, he's right there, down there. I think he's I think he's a great option down here. I think he'll be pretty popular though, just seeing that name down under 6K. But he's lost strokes back to back in putting though, which kind of worries me as he's never really putted well here at East Lake. I finished 15th or better in all 4 of his starts here. I think I'll probably be on him for sure though, just because where he's priced at. EVR, another guy I've been back in the last couple of weeks. He's off back-to-back top 7 finishes in the first 2 playoff events, which was just good enough to get him into this top 30 event. He's now made 20 or more birdies in his last 4 events, so he's showing that scoring upside, and he's at that stone min price tag of 5K. So I definitely like him as well again this week, and I'll probably look to add maybe another guy. I mean, Corey Connors, he's got that strong iron play, but I mean the short game has just been so bad for him. I mean, but at 6.2, he's definitely got the upside to pay off that price tag for sure. And that's it.
I mean, it's pretty kind of straightforward and simple, right in front of you down here. Hoop, what are you doing with this sub 7K range?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna use as many of these. I guess I'm trying to think about the best way to put this. I'm going to use as many of these guys down here as I need to make sure I have the right percentage on the guys that I like up top. So, the guys that I really like Rory and then like Rahm, and I want to make sure I have the right percentages up top. And then when I come down here, like I said, I'm going to play anyone I can. I'm going to take advantage of the lower pricing, like Van Rooyen at 5K. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be in my player pool. Sergio at 5.4. I liked him last week. He treated us well. He looked very solid. Just one of the better ball strikers on tour. Just comes down to the damn putting. He made putts last week. He finished 6th. A lot of weeks he doesn't make putts and finishes a lot worse. Neiman is another guy I think that can come out and make a lot of birdies here at 5.6K. Berger is going to be the most popular down here by far. The biggest name for sure. 5.8K, obviously super cheap price tag. Tough to really fade him. Matsuyama, I have interest in. Scheffler for sure at 6.8. So I'm really not worried about how many of these guys I play. I'll play almost all of them if I need to in order to get the right percentages up top, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's a no-cut event. Kevin Na again, like you said, he's been playing well. But course history not great. 6K, I'm kind of willing to overlook that. So I'm going to be playing a lot of these guys down here. There's names down here, and I think there's a lot of birdie upside with these guys too. So I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, I agree. Scotty Scheffler, again, obviously a great play. I think a good leverage play down here. Jason Kokrak, I thought he started off last week not looking good, and then he kind of turned it around. So, I'll definitely give him a look. But honestly, I'm going to throw price out the window, and it all comes down to waiting for me. When I mess with the opto, I'm going to set all of these guys at the same projection. And then it comes down to, I might make them a little bit different, but it's going to come down to where I set the weights at, what percentage I want of one of these guys. So that's going to be the difference for me down in this range. There are some cuts, I don't think I'm going to play Stuart Sink, Billy Horschel. I'm probably not Sergio. Well, I better play him. He always pisses me off, but he looked good last week. EVR, I'm going to play him too. I think he, Snyder, maybe, I think it was you maybe that talked me out. I'm not really an EVR guy, but this is a dude that almost lost his tour card, and now here he is at East Lake playing for the championship. So pretty impressive, really nice story there. If I had to make some cuts, Sink, Horschel, Neiman, maybe, I could see myself cutting those guys. I do want to make a couple cuts, but outside of that, talking notebook play of the week, I got to go Scotty Scheffler. Scotty Scheffler is just, birdie maker. He can always get it done. He always shows up to these big, no cut events, and he didn't quite get it done for us last week. And golf is a game of just, sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. He didn't have enough of it last week, which makes me think that he's going to have it this week. So I think Scotty Scheffler is going to go low again, and I think he's going to be maybe not quite in the mix, but I think he's going to be just outside of being in the mix come Sunday, and I think he's going to have a good Sunday. So I'm going to say Scotty Scheffler is my favorite play, and then as a low punt anchor to like Cantlay, Rom builds, I got to go with EVR. That's going to be kind of my 1 and 2. Overall favorite value play for Snyder.
My number 1 will probably be Scotty Scheffler 1, and then I'm going to go EVR 2.
Okay, who?
Sergio and Berger.
Very good. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps us to keep this free each and every week. All right, guys, let's just dive on into the winners. I mean, we only got 30 golfers this week. We're fine keeping the show nice and clean, neat and short. Snyder, who's gonna win? We're just doing one this week. Who's gonna win all the money? No like long shots or anything like that. Who's gonna win it all?
I like Rory here this week. You can get him at 25-1 odds too when you factor in the scoring. There are separate odds for without the scoring, but this has it figured in how it is.
Rory to win it all. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, 25-1. I like that definitely.
Wow, I'm gonna hop on that. I like it. Hoop. Who is gonna win it all this week?
Yeah, I mean, I like Rory. I like that call. I mean, it's obviously aggressive. It's going to be hard for him to win it, but he's 25-1. Well, that's interesting. I'm going to go. I mean, I think Rahm wins it. I mean, he's 4 back. I think he's the best golfer in the world. I think he shows it this week and comes back and finishes this thing off.
So I got to be the square and go with Cantlay. I think what I saw last week, Cantlay's not going to get rattled. I think. I think back to what Bryson said and just, the whole Cantlay, you stop walking. I mean, that I lit a fire under him. And I think Cantlay wins. I think he comes out. I don't think he plays defensive golf. I think he comes out and plays his game like he did all week last week, like he did with Bryson on Sunday. And I think he gets it done. Any final thoughts this week, guys? Snyder.
Oh, not much. Yeah, just definitely take it easy this week. Don't be like max entering everything and playing like a regular week's worth of money. I mean, like I said, we got college football coming this week. We've got NFL starting next week, next Thursday. So we're going to have plenty of action. We got baseball going, tennis. There's everything else is going on. I mean, there's a lot of other ways to allocate your money this week, I think, than on this kind of gimmicky event.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Hoop, any final thoughts from you?
Yeah, just kind of how I opened it. Have fun with it this week. Don't, bust your bankroll on this high. I mean, golf is already high variance. So this week with 30 golfers, very high variance. Save your money. Got NFL right around the corner. College football, like Snyder said. No reason to go bonkers here. Have fun with it. Play a little less than you normally do and make some stands. Like I said, most people in MME, they do it every week. They play 90 golfers. This week, they're probably going to play, 27 of the 29 golfers? I guarantee it. When you pull them up, AP looks at this stuff pretty often. I can guarantee you the main GPP guys are going to play almost every dude in this field. Make stands and have fun.
Yeah, perfect way to end it right there. I agree with Hoop. Make some stands, have fun. Play the plays that some people might laugh at you about, like me, Morikawa. I guarantee people be laughing. Like, maybe he's hurt, maybe he's not. I'm going to take a stand. I'm going to be very, very overweight on him, and I hope Snyder fades him so I can victory lap when he gets it done for me, and then I'll make fun of Snyder. That's what we do here. We keep it fun. It's all good fun. Again, if you haven't yet, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It helps us keep this free. If you're not a member, use the code RPSNFL15. It's going to get you 15% off all of your payment here at Rumpier Sports. We've got tons of NFL stuff coming up. We're going to have content out every day. I believe our schedule is going to get finalized tomorrow, and we'll probably have it out Thursday is what I'm thinking. So, we're going to be back in 2 weeks then, or what's the deal? We got next week's going to be an off week, correct? Yeah, next week's an off week, and then swing season starts up. So we get a little bit of break, but then we got swing season. We got one event out in Napa Valley, and then we got the Ryder Cup. And we're going to have a couple shows, I think a Tuesday and a Wednesday show, along with NFL, along with MLB, along with NBA when that starts up. So it's going to be a ton of shows, a ton of content each and every day. Anything else, Snyder?
I'm good. Yeah.
Nothing from you? Awesome. All right. With that, have fun this week, guys. Don't go nuts. Take Coop's advice. Dial it back. Let's have fun. And as always, let's ship and let's run Pier.